Here's how to pack for your vacation with ADHD. I'm gonna show you how to do it all. And first up, your toiletry bag is one of the most important bags to have. I'd actually say make sure you have it pre-packed so it's easy for you to take it with you and you don't have to go through this whole process every time you get ready to go on vacation. This is my toiletry bag here and I'm gonna show you how I actually pack it. Now this one has different compartments up here. So you can see there's a top section here and a bottom section here. I'm gonna show you what I put in both of those sections and show you how it looks once it gets finished. So the first thing I would actually do is actually put in my body wash. And also I'm gonna put in my shampoo. Now you may want to actually not use these big ones because a lot of times with these bigger ones, it actually makes the bag a lot heavier for you. So if you don't want to do that, you can always trade these out and use the travel size ones. And once you put those in there, then the bag will be a lot lighter. Now you won't be able to see them because they're so small now. They're going to be down the bag a little bit. The next thing for me anyways is going to be shaving cream. Also my razor, my toothbrush, toothpaste. Make sure this cap is on tight because you'll have a mess in your toiletry bag if this cap's not on tight, and or if you forget to put it on, that can be an issue too. So you want to make sure that all that has the right stuff in it already and everything. I put my lotion in there. Now, if you're going to use a lotion like this, you want to make sure it has one of these caps that closes where you can't close it down, because if you don't have one of these and this thing just happens to be open, then the lotion is actually going to come out of it. And that means you'll have it all over your toiletry bag, which is not really cool. So make sure it has this cap here so you don't have the lotion coming already out of it because it's open and it might get pressed down some reason or another. So I have that in there as well. And then the next thing I have is my deodorant. I put that in there. Now, if you're gonna go somewhere on vacation, you wanna make sure that if you feel bad or not feeling correctly or anything like that, feeling like you might be sick, you wanna be able to make sure that you're not sick. And so you need to have a thermometer with you. I take this with me just so I can be sure if I'm sick or not. So this actually goes up here in this pocket for me. Going on vacation, going anywhere, need hand sanitizer. Make sure you have some, especially if you're going out of the country where some places might not be as clean in some places that you visit, or you might not want to actually eat some of the food you have, or maybe your hands get sticky, whatever it is, you want to make sure you have some hand sanitizer for you. So that goes here too as well. Now, this right here I take with me. This is basically acne stuff to just like remove acne when you're out. You're on a vacation, you don't want to have, acne over your face. So at least I don't. So I use this. I take this with me to make sure that I'm good to go. Now, if you ever wore contacts or anything like this, I take these with me as well too. These are eye drops for your eyes. If you wore, well, maybe not contacts, but if your eyes get really dry or you've had LASIK or anything like this, which I've had, then these are pretty essential because they keep your eyes really refreshed. Now, if you do wear contacts, make sure you bring your contact stuff with you. So you would have drops to refresh your eyes with your contacts, saline solution. Make sure you bring your case. If you wear glasses, make sure you bring your glasses. They're not gonna go in here, but your contact stuff would. And then you just wanna make sure you have all that stuff, and do not forget it. That is one of the advantages of actually pre-packing this and making sure everything's in there. Now, of course, if you're going out somewhere and you might get some food, it might get stuck in your teeth, you want to have some sort of floss with you. I like these because they're just softer and a lot easier to use, and they have the optional pick on the back here as well too to help you get that food out. But you want to make sure that you have some of these, and so you would just put them anywhere that you make sure that you can get to them and remember that they're there. Now, this thing I take with me as well too. This is just a hair, nose trimmer, ear trimmer, ear hair trimmer type of thing. Just kind of embarrassing if you have that stuff going on anywhere, then this is just a really easy way to actually make sure that you can get rid of that. And the fact that it's pretty small and handheld, easy to take with you and actually travel with you. Now, I also take my cologne with me, and I put this in the travel bag as well. You can put it in here or put it in your suitcase. Either way, if you have too much stuff in this bag already, which can be an issue sometimes. Like I put a lot of stuff in already, but generally it will still fit in here as well too. And since we are in policies at the time this video is being recorded, one of the things I actually do take with me is gonna be these lid scrub things. You get pollen or sand on your eyelids and it gets in your eyes. Not a fun thing. So I do take these with me as well to make sure I have some way to clean my eyes really easily on the outside of my eye as well too. And this right here, I take a fingernail clipper, toenail clipper, whatever, just in case I need it. You never know when you do need one. You might forget to do it before you leave and everything. So always good to have one. And I like this actual version of the toenail clipper, fingernail clipper. I take this with me as well too. And then once you have everything in here, then you are good to go. And you can actually close it up. You have more space up here on this one to put other things if you want to do that. So you just go ahead and zip this up. And then you're going to actually zip this up as well too. Now what you're going to do is you're going to actually, when you zip this up, you're going to actually zip up this hook as well. But I'll show you how the hook actually works once I take it to another place where you can actually see it hanging up and then be able to see how it looks when it's actually hung up. But what you want to do is you want to tuck this in here if you have one with a hook, and then you would zip it up, of course, once you're all done. And the zipper is right here. You just zip it all up and you can carry it just like this. So it's pretty easy, pretty simple. You can put it in your suitcase or you can just carry it by itself just like that. Now here's what the bag looks like as it's hung up. As you can see here, it's hanging down. Everything is in there, and then everything's down here as well too. And it's just hanging really good. Now you can hang it somewhere up higher if you want to, and it will still hang very well there as well. But just make sure that the bag is not too heavy when you hang it up, or that whatever you have it hanging on can support that. I know that this towel rod will definitely support what I have in there right now. And so this is a great place to hang it. So it just makes it really easy so that you can always see where your toiletry bag is. And that's a good thing with ADHD, because you don't want to lose your toiletry bag somewhere in the room, under a suitcase, behind a chair, or something like that. You want to make sure you can always find it. And if you hang it up, then you can always find it, always see if you have whatever you're looking for is in there, or you do need to go find it somewhere else. Really important for ADHD to be able to find and see things easily. And if you're enjoying the content, click the subscribe button for me so that you don't miss any videos. So here's how I pack my suitcase. I take the bulky things first. I have my underwear right there anyway, but I'm going to cover that because I don't want to see my underwear hanging out. So my jeans and my hoodie go in first, because those are the things which I'm not sure I'm going to need if I go on vacation, but I do need to make sure I have at least a hoodie and at least a couple of pair of jeans, just in case it rains or maybe it's colder than I think it's going to be. And then I have something to wear in that case. Also, I'm going to actually put my pajama pants here. Whatever you sleep in, you definitely need to have something to sleep in. If you don't want to have pajama pants, you don't have to. But for me, I like pajama pants when I sleep and when I'm just walking around wherever I am. Just it's comfortable to me. So whatever makes you feel comfortable to sleep in. And then you have some shirts. These are my basic top shirts and everything. Also, along with the hoodie and everything, you want to have a kind of heavy sweater, depending on what time of year it is. If it's more towards the winter time, then you may need this. You might want to have something that's lighter than that, just something like this. So whichever one you want to do, just make sure, because even if you just go to a restaurant or something, it may be cold in there. It may be cold in the movies. So you do want to have something to just put on in case you are going someplace where it might be cold. Then you have some t-shirts, and the thing I do with t-shirts is I actually just roll them up. It just makes it really easy to actually pack them that way. If you're going to the beach or something like that, then you want to have shirts for that. If you don't want to have t-shirts, you can have tank tops. I really like tank tops. Sometimes I take both, but I put those in there as well too. And I may actually want to go and work it at the gym. So I'd have that and maybe some shorts as well. That would help me be able to have the variety if I want to. Of course, you need socks. You can put socks anywhere. They are just, socks are just, you can put them anywhere. They don't take a whole lot of space. So you're good to go. Now, something else you want to do, you want to have sneakers, but you also want to be able to have stuff for the beach. So what I do is I have these sandals here. These are really cool. These are Crocs. I don't know if you like Crocs or whatever, but these are cool. They're waterproof, so you can see how the holes are here. The water can like go through these and it won't mess up these, and you can feel the water and the toe, water and sand in your toes and everything. So if that's something you like, I like it. So being from, I grew up in Florida, so I like to have these with me as well too. Now, if you are going somewhere like nicer, you might have an opportunity to go somewhere nicer. These are like business sneaker casual shoes. Then that's just another option to have in case you have to go out to a restaurant or something like that and don't want to wear like fully dress shoes, like really formal kind of shoes. You have something like this, which looks nice. Now, this is really important. This is your medication, and depending on how much medication you need for the trip depends on how much you want to take. I am actually taking 2 different cases when I go someplace because you never know what can happen and you don't want to be stranded somewhere without your medication. And so you just take more than you need. And this is obviously like for this, it'd be like 2 weeks, but you just want to take more than you need. That way, if anything happens and you can't get back in time, then you still have your medication available to you. And these cases, they have the colors on them to make sure you know what is evening, what is afternoon, what is morning, and what day it is. Now, something else for comfort is you want your noise canceling headset, because you never know where you're gonna stay. If something's loud, like maybe they're just loud in the room next to you or above you or below you, or it's just loud outside because an event is going on. So noise canceling headphones, really good to have those with you. Make sure you don't forget those. Also, just to make sure you get to all your events on time, have a timer of some sort. This is a time timer, a visual timer. You cannot mess up this timer because of the fact that with that you turn it and then this amount of time is what's actually showing. As time goes down, so does the amount of color to it. So make sure that you can keep track of time when you're going to certain events and things. You have to be on time. This is a good thing to have around with you on vacation. Now, when you're going on vacation, you're gonna need something for like a water bottle. I always take a water bottle with me because if you're outside, it's hot, and you can take a lot more water in this than you could just carrying around a couple of different water bottles and stuff, or bottled water. So I always take one of these with me as well. Now, this is kind of essential when you have ADHD and you're going on vacation. Some type of notebook, some type of pen, multiple pens really is the thing. And the reason you want to do this is because when you have ADHD, a lot of times working memory, not the strong suit, and you want to be able to remember directions, appointments, things people say, phone numbers, if food orders, whatever it is, you want to have some way to write it down and remember it. And so you want some sort of notebook, sticky note, notepad, whatever you need to have to make sure that you have a way to write something down and remember it. Now, of course, if you're going somewhere as well too, almost forgot about these. These are shorts. So you put shorts in your suitcase in some location in your suitcase as well. And then if you want to have something like carry your snacks around in and stuff like that, I take one of these little containers right here, good for snacks, grapes, whatever. And this is great. You can take these like to the beach, whatever you want to do. And it's just a little small container that you can already see inside, which is great. But also it's pretty airtight as well too. So no matter if you have it on, the thing's not gonna come off. And it's just a twist top. So now just straighten this up to make it look more organized and better. And something else you want to take with you that you definitely need is something to actually carry your dirty laundry in. I generally just take a trash bag with me, and this works pretty well. I already have one around the home, or I take a plastic bag. I just put that in there, and then that's what I use for my dirty clothes. You can actually take like regular laundry bags if that's what you want to do, but any bag I think will work as long as you know how many clothes you're gonna have that may be dirty and if that bag will carry it. Now, if you do go to maybe a condo or a timeshare or Airbnb, you may have washer and dryer there. And so you may not need a bag like that, because once you're done everything, you just wash your clothes and then put them in your suitcase and you're good to go. And then if you need anything else, then you actually put that in the suitcase as well. But this right now is done. And then all I do is close this suitcase and zip it up. And if you want to take a computer with you, then go ahead and make sure you have a lap desk, because you don't know where you might be and might not have space to work. So a lap desk is really convenient for that. You actually want to have your mouse along with you too. Now, to carry your computer, I think you want something like a book bag like this. This is a book bag that has a compartment that all you do is you put your computer in that compartment there, and it has a strap for you. Something like this would be really great. It's just better than I think having a computer bag that you carry with the handles on it, because you can put this on your back and it just is out of the way and out of your hands that way. So I think that's probably the best way for you to actually carry your computer when you're on vacation. And when you're going on your trip, you want to make sure to take one of these. This is a basket. Now, what you're going to do with this is make a landing pad or launch pad wherever you're staying. That way you have a place to put your keys, your phone, and wallet. You put it someplace you pass by all the time. And then what you're going to do is you're going to actually put in that basket wallet, keys, phone, and then for me also charger. And this charger has really long cord. I like to just plug it in and then just be in the bed or in the chair and make sure that it reaches. So this is a really long cord, but that also goes in there as well too. And that way you know where everything is and you don't have to go looking around for it, and you don't lose it somewhere where you're staying. You have a place that is designated for it, so that way when you come in the door, you put it right there. And if you're not going on vacation alone, you're going with a family, then you may want to think about color coding things or getting some way to identify whose stuff is which. It's going to make your vacation a lot more fun and just less stressed out, because then people won't get confused about who uses which stuff or which stuff belongs to which person. You automatically know, okay, this is for that particular person. It just makes vacation go a lot smoother. And here's another tip. If you need physical tickets for anything that you're going to, or you have to print out something to make sure you have the ticket for whatever event, or to get in something, then you want to take all the stuff you have to make sure that you have in a folder like this. Make it a really bright folder like this orange folder right here. That way you cannot miss it and you know everything is in there. You put everything you need in there in this folder before you leave to go on vacation. And that way when you get there, you're not wondering, do I have that ticket? Do I have this thing that I need for whatever event or wherever I'm going? You know it should be in this folder.